Hello, lovely people. I am Penge.
And I am the Bristly Stranger.
And welcome to On the
Shelf,
which is a sort of podcasty chat thing. Did we determine what it was? I don't really know. Like a podcasty chat thing where we whiffle about stuff.
So kind of like normal, really, then.
Yeah, just sort of like a normal chit-chat kind of thing.
Yeah, and I don't really get any other time to talk to you, so I thought, let's get him on the internet and talk to him.
Captive.
Exactly. He's got to talk to me, man.
I mean, yeah, we do talk, obviously, when we do we'll cover this later on in the chit-chat thing. But yes, we do talk when we meet up and play either nerdy board games or Blood Bowl. I suppose Blood Bowl is a nerdy board game.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, that happens. We talk then.
Exactly.
You're normally screaming blood for the blood god at me, murdering my people, but yeah.
Yeah, well.
That's fine.
That's the point of the game, isn't it? That's all I go for.
I think you're supposed to try. Anyway, we'll cover that later. You're supposed to try and score points or something, but whatever. But yeah, this got put together because I don't know, a few people in the Discord have sort of expressed an interest, haven't they? So they said, "Oh, that'd be nice, just for a little sort of chat type thing."
Yeah, I'd kind of made like an offhand joke to somebody about it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, do that. That's brilliant." I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So here we are.
4 months later.
It takes a long while to organise these things.
Yeah.
So we have got. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I've got a list. I think you have as well.
Yeah.
A little handwritten list of what we need to sort of look at. We can change the order, but it's sort of things we want to go through. But I suppose the first thing should be really sort of how do we? Obviously, we both do YouTube stuff, but we do actually know each other in the real world, in real actual life.
I know. Imagine it.
It's in your face. I've seen your face. I've stroked your beard.
It's rather short at the minute, actually. It's been trimmed again.
Was it?
Yeah, well, I've had about 7 inches of hair cut off and about 4 inches of beard. So,
wow.
I'm still quite bristly and hairy.
Not quite as bristly as you were.
No.
I suppose the bristles are still there, aren't they? It's the length of the bristles.
Yeah, well, that's it. And my children are winding me up now because my hair is thinning slightly at the front and at the back, and it's just like,
oh no,
I can't do anything about it. I can't worry about it. I mean, people that have lost their hair have said, "You'll be next one day." I'm like, I know, but I can't.
What can you do?
Exactly.
I can't sellotape it in or anything. I can't stop it happening.
Exactly. And really, it doesn't overly matter. I'll just put a hat on if my head's cold.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
My hair, I think I've got, I might have a little bit of the good old recedingness, but my hair is just changing colour far too rapidly.
Well, yes.
It's going platinum.
You're certainly more platinum than I, and I'm a little older than you.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, it's fine. It's all fine. It's distinguished. That's what people say.
Exactly.
That's what I tell myself.
And I wouldn't worry about receding. You've been looking receding for ages, and your hair's virtually stayed the same. So it's just the style of your hair.
Yeah, that's fine. We didn't kind of cover how we knew each other really there.
Yes,
we just went off on a tangent about hair. It's very important.
Well, there'll be lots of that, won't there? Tangent spinning. Look, a bee.
Tangents. Don't get bees this time of year. There should be.
There we go. The bee tangent has started.
Do bees hibernate?
I think so. Really I think they all die apart from the queen, and she goes off and hibernates.
Oh, that's sad.
I could be wrong.
Does she have any guards?
No, I think.
What if something comes along to get her?
Then she gets got.
Oh, this is a terrible state.
I'm sorry to break it to you. So the bees have distracted us again from talking about our good friend Bray, who the Blood Bowl competition is named after.
Yes, indeed. The Bray Bowl Cup of Manliness. So yeah, so we meet up. I can't remember if I met you before. I think I did meet you before the Blood Bowl, probably.
Yes.
But I can't remember exactly in what capacity.
We did play online games together before the Blood Bowl, and I think I met you at, was it one of Simon's birthdays?
It could have been at a party or something like that, couldn't it?
When we were young and carefree.
Oh my goodness me! And I could drink the alcohol and I didn't just fall over immediately. Yeah, and then yes, we used to have sort of a Sunday night gaming thing, didn't we? We'd go and play Payday and all that kind of stuff.
Fabulous.
And then it migrated over to, well, we didn't migrate, but we started playing Blood Bowl, and this has been mentioned, I think, on the channel a few times. But yeah, so we play Blood Bowl it's sometimes once a year, it's sometimes twice a year, depending on if we can get everyone together.
We try and do it twice a year.
But we play actual Blood Bowl, as in the board game version of Blood Bowl, the real version.
Yeah.
So we do that with the models and the dice, and it takes forever to play and all that kind of stuff. So we do that.
With a room full of sweaty men. And sometimes nice ladies that never come back for some reason.
Don't know why that is.
Yeah, they seem to enjoy it at the time.
I'll blame you.
Well, probably. You. I was firing a gun last time, I think.
And the shouting.
Well, yes.
So you do have a. So Bristly has a habit of shouting, although it's not just you. To be fair, it's not just you. Other people do it as well. You do it best, I will say.
Well, I think.
I mean, do you want to do it now, or is that going to wake up children or whatever?
I've already had a warning about noise levels. I'm trying to keep it down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of other people that give me a run for my money.
So when you're rolling you might know what Blood Bowl is, I suppose, but it's like a Warhammer American football game, but you can punch each other and kill each other and that kind of stuff.
Anything goes.
Yes, and you're supposed to try and you're supposed to throw a ball around and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you get points for touchdowns and things like that.
But the kind of the part of it for certain teams can't really fight, but some teams, which you normally are sort of fighty, and then you can roll to injure people. And when you do that, you have been known to shout, "Blood for the blood god!"
Very good impression,
that kind of thing. And then you roll dice to see if someone is dead or injured or whatever, that kind of stuff. But
yeah, lots of fun.
So, but we met a long while ago. That we sort of meet up at that. But then we chat on whatever social medias and stuff like that.
Yeah,
whiffle waffle. So yeah.
Well, we did a board game day as well, where we all got together and played lengthy board games.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good.
Yeah.
I was pipped at the post of Firefly.
I know. Such a big annoying
game. Played it for ages. I had to get to one little planet to deliver whatever it was now. I can't remember now. But deliver a thing and I would have won.
I know.
And then the person who went before me took the title.
It wasn't that particular game, but we played Firefly with another group of friends. And it lasted for about 10 hours.
Oh, my word.
And for the last hour and a half, I knew I hadn't won, but I was just going through the motions of playing, but there was no way I could catch up. It was just like, it's my go. I'll just go here and do that.
Yeah, I'll just go through the motions. But you're not have annoyed someone else. You're not going, right, I know they need to go and do a thing. I'm just going to get on their nerves.
Yes. Well, Dave was there. David, as he prefers to be called. And he likes to consider every option.
This he does, yes.
Yes, he was there for a Blood Bowl, and I think that was the longest Blood Bowl we ever did.
It was the first ever one.
It was, yeah.
And yes, I remember. Were you the first one? I can't remember.
I was, yeah. I was Orcs that time.
But yes, he likes to consider everything, but in a game of chance, that's not always great.
Exactly.
So, yes, he will sit and ponder everything for many, many, many minutes, for, I don't know, half an hour or something. And then he'll go, right, I'm going to move this person. And he'll roll a dice and roll a 1, and the person falls over.
And it's all been for naught.
So it's half hour. Well, you could have just done anything else. But yes, sorry, carry on, yes.
Well,
Dave was...
Just that. And speaking of Dave, he has made a special wooden frame. I'm thinking about doing some actual real-life board game and model game footage for the channel. And he's built a wooden rig for my GoPro camera to sit in. And I drew a picture in children's felt tip with like some numbers on it and stuff.
Very professional.
Yes. And took a picture of it with my phone that was very blurry and out of focus. And he came back 2 weeks later with a thing he'd built out of inverted commas scrap wood, and it was beautiful.
He's one of these people that has scrap wood, just lying around.
He's got a workshop full of tools, and it's all adjustable, and it all. I was like, I'm just blown away. How much do I owe you? He's like, oh, it was just fun doing it. I was like, oh, okay,
good Lord,
thank you very much. Here's some beer.
Did he accept the beer?
He did, yes, he did.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that was amazing. Hopefully, that was another thing I wanted to talk to you about, actually. The Necromunda. Obviously, you're not coming for that, but we're going to start a big Necromunda league next year. And that is the first thing I'm going to be recording this weekend coming. This will be like the test footage. So hopefully I can edit it together and it will look okay. I mean, the problem with real life things, you need lights. And I've got some lights, but it's whether it's enough. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it needs to be a bright day.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
Yes, you need some quite good, decent light. Yeah, I was trying to think of. I don't think I'd be able to do anything like that because you want to get down into the sort of the close-ups, don't you? Of the models and things, as well as obviously overhead shots.
Yeah, I thought, well, we have this rig and we'll put the GoPro on it, and that'll kind of show the overview. But then, obviously, with the GoPro, you can just zoom into little bits.
Yeah.
But, where my computer is, it's got to be close to that, because I haven't got a laptop for recording the sound. So it's got to be fairly close, which is fine, because the dining room table's not far away.
That's handy.
But this room's quite dark, so it's like, oh, okay. So I'll see. We've got a few, like, reading lamps and things like that, and I'll just try and point them towards the board. So hopefully that'll be fine.
It's a test run.
Exactly that.
Indeed. Yeah, it's been a long time since I played Necromunda. So someone who I used to know a long, long while ago, back when I was young and not old and falling apart, he had Necromunda. So I never owned it, but he had. This is where I'm going to not know anything. He had 3 factions, teams, whatever they are.
Gangs.
And I can't remember what they were. One of them was I can't remember. Was one sort of technical kind of guys. They were kind of quite sort of robot-y, and one was all ladies.
Yes,
I think
they're the Escher.
I can't remember the Escher. That was it. Clan Escher, whatever it was. Yes, I remember them because he always used to play as them, and then I always used to end up with. I can't remember who I played as. It was a long, long time ago because I remember the long red. Sort of range
the
ruler
pointy sticks.
Aiming things. Yes, the sticks that you could, if someone did something really spawny, you could just whack them in the poke them in the eye or whatever. Yeah. If you got really annoyed, it's you've rolled another 6, right? I'm going to poke you in the eye. Blah.
Yeah.
So yes, I remember playing it with him, but I couldn't tell you much about it.
Yeah, well, it was a long
while ago.
I too never actually owned it back in the day, and my gang was made out of. Imperial Guardsmen with numbers written on their base. So I knew which one was which.
It works.
Exactly.
It's fine. Cost effective.
Exactly.
That's when we didn't have like jobs and things.
Exactly that. I couldn't afford to buy the gangs.
To buy stuff.
But now I've just spent ludicrous amounts of money buying models and trying to paint them. And I've just bought... there's a thing in the 40k universe called an amble, which is like a giant insect monster thing, like stands 3 times as tall as a man. Well, I've got a robot one to join my gang.
Oh.
And I can't start...
That sounds good.
Yes, exactly. I can't start with it, so it's something I'm working towards, but the model looks so nice. But you got 2 in a box. It's like, well, I don't want to. And then my friend Matt is having his birthday soon. I was like, oh, I'd really like one of those ambles. I was like, oh... There you go.
Funny you should mention that.
Happy birthday. That was a freebie.
I thought long and hard about this present.
Exactly. So he's one of these people that if he wants something, he's bought it within 5 minutes of thinking about it. So the fact that I'd got this handy, and he said, oh, I'd really like one of those. I was like, brilliant. I can give it to him.
And that means I don't have to bother thinking of anything for your birthday. This is tremendous. There you go. Have this. That's good.
Yeah. He's doing a special thing for his birthday because it's within the next week or so. I can't remember exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's why I got married, so I can remember details. And he's doing a full day of D&D, and he's got a professional DM coming in and running the entire game for us. And
oh my
I
goodness.
know, somebody that gets paid money to be a DM, and there's 9 of us that are playing the game.
Oh.
And we've had to build level 11 characters, and it was a little bit complicated because I've not played a lot of 5th edition, so I haven't finished building my character yet. There's some tweaks that I've got to get some advice on, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
That sounds fantabulous.
But you've been playing some D&D, haven't you?
Yeah, that was a neat segue. I'm impressed. Yes, I have not played D&D for... I was trying to think when the last time I played D&D was, because I kind of got into... I played it with... There was a chap who lived nearby, and he had all the stuff for it. He had all the books and whatnot. And it would have been 3rd edition, probably.
Yeah.
I imagine. And it was...
I think it was before 3rd. I think it was 2nd edition. Your friend Simon, our friend Simon, was saying your friend picked you all up in a yellow beetle, was it? Yes,
he had a yellow beetle.
And you all went and played this 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
And it was, it sounded amazing.
But yeah, I mean, that was a long while ago. And then recently, so then I kind of never really, it's not that I didn't, so not that I disliked it, because I enjoyed playing it. It just sort of wasn't the thing that I got involved in. And then, for some reason, and I'd love to be able to figure out why, I found on YouTube, I don't know how, I found Critical Role.
Yes, yeah, I do know of it.
So I sort of watched that and kind of went, what is this? And I was like, what is? And I found like an episode, because there's like one campaign finished, I think. And they're like each episode. So if you don't know what it is, it's voice actors playing D&D on YouTube. And they started off sort of doing it kind of amateurish, just sort of in their house. And it became very successful. So they got like a studio, and it's got proper cameras on, sort of focusing on them around the table and all that kind of stuff. And then, so
it's got a lovely big set.
Yeah, it's very impressive. The table and the stuff they've got is great. And then, so I sort of found this video, and I don't know why. I don't know why I found it, but I sort of must have clicked on this thing. It was the middle of the 2nd campaign, like episode 30 or something. So I was a bit, what is this? What are these people doing? So, they're playing D&D. So, this is quite interesting. I wonder how they do this. I thought, well, I should watch it from the start. And then I watched from the start and thought, this is brilliant. And it's very good. It's very engaging. The people are very good at what they do.
They are
clever folks.
They are, aren't they?
And then a chap at work, he said something about D&D. I went, oh, that's weird. I've been watching a D&D thing. They went, oh, you should watch Critical Role. I went, I am watching Critical Role. How very obscure you should say that. And he went, oh, I'm DMing a thing. We're starting a new campaign. Well, I've done one part. I went, can I join maybe? Can I go, please, sir? And he said, yeah, there's 5 people, but there is room for a 6 if you want to come along.
There you go.
So I sort of jumped in and sort of got in on that. So for the first time in many, many, many years, played some D&D, and it was brilliant. It was very good fun. It was really good fun.
Well, I'd like to say I don't know what you mean, but I've been playing D&D every Tuesday for about the last 20 years.
Yeah,
something so like
I'm
that.
Envious.
And I've been very, very lucky, actually. I had a group of friends that I always played with. There was only 3 or 4 of us, so we kind of had to take it in turns to DM, and the other 3 would be the players. And
yes,
one of the 3 was somebody's girlfriend whose house we were playing at, who she did enjoy it, but she was more interested in us just chatting and things than the actual game. Although, though when we achieved things, she was just as happy as anybody else. But then they had babies, and
pesky kids.
Another one of the group flew away to Australia, and another one had some kind of mental episode. Exactly. I know, and wasn't very poorly.
Breaks.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. Well, we'll just give up. And me and the one other person remaining played a bit of Warhammer battles together for a bit.
Okay, yeah.
And then he was like, oh, I'm changing my job. I can't do it anymore. So I was like, oh, well, that's okay. Don't worry about me. You've got to do what's right for you. And the very next day, somebody I used to play D&D with moved back to Leicester and said, oh, are you still playing D&D? I'd like to run a group. I was like, yes, that's fine. I'll play D&D with you now.
Please do.
So I've been extremely lucky, really.
Yeah, so no one round here, and I know, plays it. It's not a thing. It's all you lot up there. And I don't... I mean, it's not like I don't live 4 hours away or anything stupid, but...
It's a long way, though.
It's a way to go to then, I'd have to come back. It takes about an hour to get to where you are ish. Yeah. It depends on the traffic. About an hour seems a fair sort of thing. So yes, it's not like it's just a 5-minute drive down the road or anything.
We only play for a couple of hours as well. So it's just one of our group moved to Rugby, which is not too far away from Leicester, but it's too far really just for that short time for him. So he kind of played a bit by Skype, but it wasn't really working. So he just kind of said, "Go on without me."
What happened to the character?
Oh well,
did he just get
it was his third character, so he kind of like retired him gracefully. It was like he went and ran a pub or something. He had one that lived.
Hooray! You've survived. I've not been brutally murdered by one of your imaginations.
Yes.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it when I played. It was a lot of fun. Just mucking about, and the people given that I didn't know, I knew the person I knew from work was the DM. So he was actually running the show. But all the other people, there were 5 other people, I did not know any of them. I'd never met them. And it was interesting because the DM only knew 3 of the other people.
Oh, right.
And he knew 3. So he knew them from uni, I think. So he knew 3 from uni. And then the other 2 people were they worked with one of those other people.
Friends
so he'd never met them either. So yeah, friends of friends. So it was, okay, great. So I'm not quite so, it's not like you're all best mates been playing D&D for 10 years or whatever. And then I'm going to come in and go, hello, I'm some weirdo. So it was quite nice to sort of meet all these people. They're all great. They're all really fabulous people. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. We just ended up doing some very silly things, and we annoyed the DM. We did something we shouldn't have done, which I believe is you'll know that's the rule, isn't it?
Well,
are we supposed to annoy you by not going with what is scripted or whatever?
Having normally being the DM role, it's kind of par for the course that the DM kind of loses their temper. We have an in-joke where there's a map, and the adventurers see the map, and it's got a red line with the words "Go this way" on it, and they get to the signposts on the map with the arrow saying "Go this way," and they go the opposite way and say, "What's down here?" We'll go that way. We need to find the invisible walls so we know we don't miss anything. D&D doesn't work like that.
Is it? So we're playing a particular. So you might advise against it. We're playing a particular thing, a campaign. Is it?
Yep.
So we're playing the Curse of Strahd. Is it frowned upon to talk about what happens in this?
I could ruin it for you, and I have played the Curse of Strahd as a DM, but it was 2nd edition, and obviously you're playing the new version.
Yes, we're playing 5th edition.
I should imagine it's a similar thing, but my group of players made a deal with the Count and ended up not lifting the curse. And not being able to escape, but they were rich. You silly boys. What are you doing? They're like, right, what do we do next? I'm like, well, this campaign's kind of over because, You can't.
You guys are stuck.
Yeah, you can't get to him. He doesn't need to come out and get you. It's like, right. Brilliant.
So the idea, kind of the general idea, because some people might not know what the Curse of Strahd is, you kind of end up in this sort of mysterious kind of it's not another world, but it's kind of an unmapped, sort of uncharted world, isn't it?
Yes.
And you can't really get out.
No.
That's the kind of
there is
what I've found.
A mysterious mist that seems to block the way. And then you end up back where you started.
Yes. That's exactly where I sort of joined in. Because, I joined in when we got into this village,
right?
The castle of Strahd is up on the hill. So I kind of joined in on these where the big gates are. You'll probably remember it, but so my character joined in. So I'm playing I don't know if they have tabaxi in the old ones, but like a cat person, a tabaxi rogue.
I think they're quite new.
They're very, very good.
I like 5th in lots of ways. It keeps it nice and simple. So if you're new to the game, it doesn't bombard you with mechanics. Everything you need to know about the character is in one little bit, and you can read all the little sections and know exactly what you have to do. So,
yes.
So as far as the rules are concerned, it's a lot easier to pick up. Whereas which is good. Yeah, I play the 3rd edition or 3.5 because there was certain mistakes that they made, so they re-released the books with like little addendums and like, oh, we don't make mistakes. Oh well, we might have made some mistakes. and I find that better for customization, but the problem with that is you have to know everything, of course.
Right.
So it's like, how can you customize something if you don't know about the option? And there's like 300 odd books or something. Exactly.
My goodness.
I think I've got 30 or 40 books, and that's more than enough for me.
That's a lot of D&D
exactly. Well, I've been playing for a long time.
Well, we in our Curse of Strahd thing, so we were wandering through the village. We'd done some of the bits and bobs as well. We were wandering through this village. There was an old woman, and she was just going around. Good old classic sort of fancy trope. There's an old woman, and she was going from door to door, and we sort of saw her, and it was there was an old woman there. Yeah, she's just selling pastries, I think it was, door to door. And then she went to one door, and a child answered. Oh, a child answered the door, and then and chucked him in a basket or whatever, a little cart, and then started going away with this child in this cart.
Right.
And so I kind of immediately went, her, and there was a paladin character as well. So he kind of went, this is an injustice kind of thing. And my cat person ran over. My cat character is incredibly posh. He's very posh. He's called Sid, but his full name is Obsidian Dawn.
Right, of course.
He's just been briefed down to Sid. So so he ran over. He's like, "You old woman, and hand that child at once," kind of thing. And then I went, "Okay, right, come with me. Let's get you back home." So I kind of nobly kind of took this child home down the road, and then sort of went, "You lot," because he's quite aloof. The character is a bit of a snobby idiot. But you lot, deal with that old woman, would you? Find out what the heck's going on. So, but then we have a barbarian kind of Goliath, possibly. They're like massive, aren't they? Like a big brutish sort of thing. And he sort out the old woman as attack the old woman,
smash her one.
So then we hit her with whatever he was holding at the time. So he then went and hit her, and then it started a fight scene. And then so we sort of fought this thing, and then she. This is why I don't know whether I should say it, but yeah, it's fine. No one cover your ears.
Spoiler
if you're playing the
warning.
Curse of Strahd. Yes, she turned into a hag.
Right, yeah.
Which you probably remember. And then we had to fight this hag, and it became a bit ridiculous. So then she ended up on the roof of a building because we were in a street. So she sort of magicked her way onto this roof. Then everyone ran up to the roof of this, inside this house. But then I was outside. So I used the cat dudes have got like a power where they can run really far. So I invoked this sort of feline agility, I think it is.
Yeah.
So I was able to run, and then a wizard gave me like a leg up. So I was able to sort of scarp her up the wall onto the roof. And then she went inside the house. So I was then stood on a roof kind of going, right, okay, this is great. So then a gnome warlock blasted a hole in the roof.
As you do.
I dropped in through the roof. And then started trying to shoot her. And then eventually, it all went a bit wonkaloids because we were supposed to possibly maybe keep her alive. And she kept asking the cleric possibly, because she was speaking this language that only he could understand,
right?
To keep her alive. But everyone else, he kept going, "Stop attacking her!" But everyone else was wailing on her, and of course there was a paladin, and that paladin was like, "This is an unholy creature. We must kill it." Kind of
exactly. Thing. Yeah.
But yes. However, I'd like to point out, I got the killing blow.
Excellent. Yes. Well, that's what it's all about.
So yeah, it was suitably bonkers. It was a lot of fun. I'm very envious of your all day, whatever it is, 10-hour session of D&D or whatever.
Well, the plan.
You get my invite.
The plan.
Where was my invite?
Maybe when we do D&D for Simon's birthday with you and our other friends.
Yes.
To do maybe a kind of all-day thing and have junk food like we do on Blood Bowl Day.
Absolutely. I would be delighted with that.
Exactly. It's just getting everyone together on a specific day. And that's always a problem.
Yes. That is tricky, isn't it? Because people have lives and work and families and stuff happening.
Exactly that.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get it done. So yes, that plan is, we're trying to sort that out, aren't we? Just get a day of your DMage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to when somebody said about doing a one-shot, the muse kind of descended and kind of popped this little nugget into my brain. And I was like, oh, that sounds brilliant, I'll do that. And then...
We've got quite a lot of people playing it as well, haven't we?
6 people. That's not bad from...
Right.
It kind of went, can we get it to 4? And we went from 3 to 6 almost instantly, so...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, our Tuesday group has 7 players and a DM. So, we're quite big. And we've even had a couple of other people wanting to join, but obviously we're kind of at capacity, really.
Yes.
The problem with a big group is combat, which should, in a second...
Oh, it takes forever.
Exactly. It should be quick. It's 6 seconds is a turn. And in that, you can do 1 action and 1 move and maybe 1 extra little bit. But because...
Yeah, you can yell, can't you? You can shout things at people.
Or draw a weapon or do something special. Well, because there's 7 of us and it's got to go round in turn and the monsters get a turn as well, and there's got to be extra monsters because there's more of us, it just seems to be combat. And in my mind, that's the least interesting bit. I mean, it can be fun, don't get me wrong. We play with miniatures and a little board, and it has squares, so we know how far things are and how far they can move, and we draw on it with, marker pens and things. Yeah, it's good fun.
And wipe it off, yes, we saw one of them, yeah.
But it kind of takes away from the story a bit.
Yeah, I kind of like in the one we did, you end up in, this tavern and... As you do in these sort of things, and everyone was sort of looking at you, and it was that was quite nice. And we had a bit where we took watch as well, and I was chatting with we were sort of chatting with the other characters, trying to figure out what their stories were and all that kind of stuff.
Yes,
I liked that.
Well, that's the good thing about the game, I suppose. It's you bring to it what you want, your favourite bit. So we do have a player that lives for the combat. So when a combat starts, he puts his phone down. He gets stuck in. he gets the angles.
Brilliant. I like this.
Yeah, he loves it. And then something else will start, like a dialogue or something, and he'll just pick his phone up and go back to playing his game. And
wow.
Occasionally, if we loot something, he'll add it to our little Trello page that we've got set up. And
okay.
Well, yes, and we'll do a little discussion about that of who gets what, and that's fine. We were like, aren't you bored? It's like, no, I do the bit I really enjoy, and you guys love the story and that. I mean, I spent 25 minutes talking to a trader that we had stopped to see if he knew anything about these roving bands of marauders, and he hadn't heard a thing about it. So the rest of the group were like, oh, well, that's it then. We don't need them for anything. I was like, oh, you're a trader. What do you trade in? And it was like, oh, we're carpenters. We've got our fine wares. We're going to trade at wherever the place was we'd just left. It's like, oh, well, it's just been attacked, so they're in great need of carpenters. and had this lengthy dialogue and bought a stool off them. And I loved it. That was the best bit of the night for me when I bought a camphor wood stool. Obviously, very ridiculous, but...
How much did you pay for the stool?
He asked for 5 gold pieces, and everyone was like, 5 gold pieces? Ooh. So I gave him 10.
Crikey. Okay.
That's easily worth 10. Look at the craftsmanship. Like, we're not sure you've got this haggling business right.
No, it's supposed to go less. You've done it wrong. Brilliant. Saw this guy come in.
Exactly. No, he was really good. And he's like, oh, we'll watch out for you. Because my guy used to be a merchant and he's kind of been forced into adventuring. Because he's down on his luck. Okay. So that's kind of his backstory. So he's got in the place where we left, he'd made friends with all the people and got a network. So because we'd been there a few weeks or whatever. So one of the characters was like, I want to buy this. And I'm like, okay, see if you can find it. No, you can't find it. I was like, well, can I ask my network? And the DM's like, oh, yes, you can ask your network. And yes, somebody on my network found I think it was some piece of armour or something that they wanted. And I was like, yeah, I got it.
Can I ask my network? No, you can't. Stop
We're moving town. No more network.
Network have all gone. They'll fall down a big hole.
Yes.
But
yeah, like you say, it's what you bring to the game and what you take away, and fabulous.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm looking for our day of shenanigans with it.
Yeah, good.
Go on then. You need to talk about what else is on the list? Oh, the dog.
Oh yes, dog. The puppy.
Oh yeah, puppy.
Yes.
Oh, there still is a dog.
Well,
it's a small dog,
very small
dog, tiny, cute dog.
So for many months. We've been toying with the idea of getting a dog. My wife really wanted to get a dog because she wanted one when she was young, and she wanted our boys to experience having a dog. It's kind of a...
Have you never had a dog before?
We haven't as a family, no. I was raised with dogs.
Oh. I thought you had one in the past.
No, we had cats.
Oh, there you go.
And they kind of, put up with the kids for a bit and then leave. But a dog loves you all the time. And, it's kind of like having another child in one way. A child that chews the furniture.
and poos on the floor, but I suppose...
Well, that's sometimes happens
can also do that. Yeah.
But, so I was kind of against the idea for a long time. And then, Claire, I just finished doing some editing. And the first thing I knew about it was a phone appeared in front of my face with a picture of this puppy on it. And I was like, oh, no. And she said, but look, she's so cute. And I was like, no. And I think after the 6th or 7th time of me saying no, she said, well, we'll just go and have a look. Just go and have a look. And I said, if we're going to look, we'll get her. And she said, not necessarily. Yeah. And I said, we will. And so I drew some money from the bank because I knew we were going to buy this dog. And we went...
You knew, you were so sure.
Yes. So we went and had a look, and she was lovely. She, came to us straight away, and, yeah. So it was like, right, yeah. She obviously likes us. We like her.
We're getting a dog.
Yeah, so she's a Bedlington Whippet, which is a crossbreed, but she is a 3rd generation crossbreed, like her parents were and her grandparents were. So we know roughly what she'll look like her parents, because, although she is Whippet shape, she's also got the hairiness of the terrier.
Right, okay.
And she hasn't at the minute because she's a puppy and she's got very soft, kind of sleek puppy fur. But obviously, as she gets older, it will change. And she'll get a little beard as well.
No.
Yeah. And as naughty as she is, she's the prettiest, cutest little thing. So I just can't really be, angry with her.
Even though she eats everything.
Yeah. Well, she... Obviously, the place that had her and raised her gave them old socks and T-shirts and things to play with. So every bit of washing that is like going to be hung out or whatever is a potential toy. So it's like, no, dog, come back. And she loves shoes.
Great, look at this.
Exactly.
Put an error out or whatever, covered in stuff. She's like, oh, brilliant, there's loads of toys on there.
Exactly that. Yeah. And we're kind of training that out of her. And obviously, with a dog, you have to reaffirm good behaviour and not really punish bad behaviour because they're just doing what comes naturally.
Yes, yeah.
And so anyone that's thinking, oh, a puppy, I'd love to have a puppy. If you are thinking that, and you've had dogs before, brilliant, go for it, you know what to expect. If you haven't, probably don't start with a puppy. Go to a rescue centre and they will advise you exactly how to play it. They will make sure you know what you're in for. If you're a first-time owner, they'll find a dog that's right for you. And it'll be much better for everyone all around.
It'd be like me. It'd be like us going to grab one. Not that that's a possibility.
Well, yeah. Don't say it too loud, just in case.
Well, no, see, yeah, Mrs. Penge is not too...
Oh, you're lucky then.
She's not too bothered. Like other people's dogs would go, dogs, great, yay.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's not too bothered. And she has... She's very much allergic to guinea pigs.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Doesn't do well with guinea pigs. And cats make her... When she gets a little bit kind of sort of rashy almost.
Yeah.
So she's a bit, I don't know if we had a dog. Obviously, dogs are not cats, I'm aware of that. But there might still be a fur thing or something.
It might
be. Not really. I don't know.
Yeah. What?
But yeah, she's not too enamoured. We just go and look at other people's animals and go, yay! That's like you can go and look at other people's kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, what a lovely baby. Oh, nappy changing. There you go. Give it back to Mum.
Yeah. Well, it's great having a dog. I'm so glad we got her and everything. But because I was raised with dogs and my parents had litters of puppies, I'd kind of seen it all and I knew what was in store. And that's kind of why I didn't want to get a dog. But obviously, it's great. It's another playmate for the kids. It's kind of teaching them to be responsible as well.
Are they helping?
Are
they doing stuff?
To a point, yes.
To a point before they get bored.
Yeah,
and then go,
well, my eldest is a moody teenager, so, you know.
A moody so-and-so.
Yeah, he does well, bless him. He can't help being a teenager.
No, true, yes, he can't. That's more your fault.
I give him a hard time for it as well, so...
You're allowed, I think. That's a parent's prerogative.
Exactly.
Yeah. As you say, it'll get the idea of responsibility into their head, but also they're never going to do everything. They're going to go, hey, I'm going to get the dog his worming tablets or whatever.
Yeah.
Not going to do that, are they? But yeah, at least they get the idea that you need to look after it and you need to walk it and bath it or whatever.
Exactly. But it's great. And everyone kind of blamed me for getting a dog. They were like, why have you got a dog? I'm like, well, it was Claire's idea.
Me?
Exactly.
How does that fit in with recording stuff? Do you have to wait till the dog is...
well, kind of. She starts barking. She's very good, actually. She does have, like, a nice sleep for about half an hour or so. So I try and record then. And then she has, like, mental half hours where she's so fast. Obviously, Whippets are a fast dog.
Indeed, they're notorious for that, aren't they?
And she runs around the table and goes around. And he's like, I can barely see her. She's moving so quickly. Stop! Like, get this. And then find a toy. We've got like when the dog's got all of her toys out, our room looks like it's been hit by a rubbish truck. It's just like nice. She's got like old plastic bottles. She loves like crunching them and stuff. And she's got like the balls that are like got so chewed that bits have come off them and things.
Oh, that's nice.
And cardboard. She's gotten into like cardboard
recycling
exactly.
Center.
Well, cardboard instead of fabric, so she can get her teeth into it and rip it up and make a mess, and then we can just hoover it up. It's not that terrible. but it just just looks a mess.
We don't see that though. You don't have to worry about that. It's not on the videos.
Exactly.
It's fine.
And plus, yeah, Mrs. Bristly will say, "Oh, we've got people coming around! Quick, tidy everything away!" And it's like, "Oh, it's so neat. I was expecting the puppy to have damaged things." Like, oh no, she's ever so good.
behind the sofas, just piled with bits of cardboard.
Today, I'm just looking over my shoulder now. I'd looked at her, and she was fast asleep. And then I looked round again, and she was chewing the wallpaper off. I was like, no, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
The wallpaper.
Yeah.
Was there a loose bit, or did you just think, no, you know what, that wallpaper, that looks great. I'm going to have a bit of that wallpaper.
It's just like the chimney breast, and her bed is kind of like in that little nook. And she put her head next to it and then was just chewing on it. I was like, oh, great. Never mind.
That's fine. You can re-wallpaper it. It's fine.
Exactly. Well, that was the thing. We were thinking of changing the carpets anyway. So if there are messes and things, obviously we're anti-backing everything and cleaning it. But at the end of the day, we're going to rip it all up and throw it away. Yes. So now's the best time. Plus, because I'm not at work for all those reasons that you know, I'm here with the dog. So this is the time when she needs somebody to be with her, to train her and keep an eye on her and make sure she's not fretting. And so it's worked out quite well.
Oh, and you got a dog.
She is really cute as well.
Doggle Whiffles McBark?
She is Betty.
Betty.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good name.
It really suits her as well.
Did you choose that, or was that given to
No,
her?
I did. It was my choice. Everyone was coming up with different names. And they said, what do you think? And I said, Betty. And they all said, well, she looks like a Betty. Let's call her Betty. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Oh, it was simple as that. So it wasn't like you didn't walk in and go, dog, I named that dog.
No. Well, before we got her, I'd kind of got it in my head that Betty would be a good name. And everyone I was like, well, they'll name it. And no, they went with my name, so it's great.
It's a good name.
Yeah. She everyone thinks she's black for a start, but she's like a really dark chocolatey brown. And it's like, so it's really,
Yeah, see, when I saw those pictures that you put on whatever, I don't know, was it on Facebook or WhatsApp or whatever, one of them.
Yes, I think Mrs. Bristly had put lots on.
Yes. I thought she was black as well, but no, okay, dark brown, chocolatey.
Yeah. You have to see her in the daylight, really. In like indoor lighting, she does look brown, but it's because her fur is so dark.
That's good. A new addition to the family.
Yeah. It's lovely. I'm just looking down at my list now, trying to remember what we were going to talk about.
There was other stuff. I mean, you could talk channely stuff, channely things.
Well, yes, I've been playing some games. Yes, thanks for reminding me. So
because you've been contacted by dev folks,
I have,
which is very good.
Well, it was Wee Hours that put me onto the game in the first place. The Glorious Companions had sent me a message saying, I've done this video, but I think it'll be right up your street. So I went and watched it and thought, yeah, it does look really interesting, actually. Like a fantasy-based, you have a team of like warriors and you go around battling. And obviously it's early access, so they're still building things. But I'd left a comment saying, oh yeah, it does look great. I'll see if I can get my hands on the key. And the dev actually saw my comment and said, oh, go on to Keymailer and ask for one. And I said, well, I have, but because I'm quite a small new channel, I've not been accredited yet. It's still pending and things like that.
Lost in that.
And they actually went through all of the back end of their thing, found my request, and gave me a key, which is only
that's very good, isn't it?
It's only the third ever key I've received for the channel, so fabulous. And
that's great.
And after the first video, they'd responded and they liked everything I'd said and listened to the things that. The little, well, not gripes, but suggestions. And we've kind of had back and forth because, in my mind, the missile combat in the game wins you. because the AI doesn't use it to its best potential, and you can just have a whole team of like bows or spears or guns and kill them as they're coming towards you. You kind of half won the fight before they even get into melee range. And it was like, yeah, maybe a limited number of shots is the way to go forward. I was like, yeah, that's...
Yeah.
So I don't want to tell him how to make his game. Obviously, he's got a vision, and if he manages to do everything that he's planning, it will be fantastic. But with small developers, they've got a limited amount of time and resources to put into the game, and they want to make money at the end of the day, so he's got to try and get it ready. And I know in the comments on the actual, where people do reviews, a lot of people have been quite negative about certain things. I was like, well, it's early access. It's not going to be a complete game.
That's kind of the point of early access, isn't it? People play it and they go, yeah, this bit was great, this bit was good, that bit was a bit wibbly, and it crashed a few times. So they can go, okay, that's interesting. We can work on that, or we'll change that round. What do you think now, kind of thing. Yeah, that is the point of early access.
Exactly. So if you don't want that, don't get an early access game. And then that seemed to be going quite well. I was like, oh, excellent. I've got something I'm really enjoying on the channel. I can really do that. But it's kind of ran its course. I've got one more video to go out on it. And I was thinking, what am I going to do next? And I bought the Yogscast Jingle Jam bundle. Which they do for charity and things. They do it every year. But it has loads and loads of games in it. And one of them was Dreadlands, which I've actually found out you can download for free anyway. It's on Steam as like the open beta. And you just go on there and hit download, and Steam does the rest. And there was something niggling me about it that it looks familiar. And it's from the creators of another game that I'd played called Crater from about 8 or so years ago. And the devs...
Oh, way back in the past. I was only about... Oh, how old was I then? I was 13 then.
Just a wee
remember
nipper.
It. Yeah.
But the head lead developer, Peter, had got in touch with me and said, "Yeah, you're right. It is the same world as Crater. We didn't want to say because we thought it might be too obscure for people to know about." And we've had a So I'm doing a bit of bug spotting for them and sending like different reports in, but it's another game I'm really enjoying playing, and it's kind of come at exactly the right time. So brilliant, really.
That is good.
Yeah,
and it's good that you're getting keys as well.
I know,
that does help.
Well,
because I mean, the cost of doing some of this can mount up. I mean, it depends what games you're playing, but yeah, sometimes you think, oh, well, I'd really want to play that, but that's £15 and that's £12 and that's £10.
Yes.
And then you've sort of spent £40 or something. You think, £40.
Well, that was another reason for buying the Jingle Jam. It's $750 worth of games, and you can donate whatever you like, but as long as I think it was £22 something. And you get the entire bundle. So I made my donation that was above that and got all these games that I can play on my channel. And some of them I'd already got, but on those ones, if I do the video, I'll say I've got a key for it. If anyone wants it, leave a comment. I'll send you a key.
Yeah, do a little random sort of draw type thing and do a giveaway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So share the wealth.
I was just thinking So I've played many a game, and early access stuff. I kind of think, normally I say it at the start. It's like it's early access, so expect glitches and bugs and things might not be finished, and got placeholder art and all that kind of stuff. But I think people should expect it. But I think there's only ever been one game where I actually did get quite cross with it, and it was called Metropolis.
Oh right.
And it held such promise. Like it looked like you look on the thing, you think, wow, this is great. It looks very, very good. But it was just, I've not gone back to it. They might have redone it, but I don't think they have. I think it was fundamentally naff. But I got quite not cross. I wasn't standing there going, I hate this game. I wasn't like throwing cups across the room. But I was just sort of more, what I don't know what the logic was. It was like a sort of city management kind of thing, I guess. So it was a very much top-down view of a city, and there was roads and there were plots. So you could build stuff in these plots, and there was some, and it cost quite a lot of money. And then some of the buildings you could upgrade. So it might be in a garden or something like a nice, relaxing garden. You could upgrade it, and then more people come in and all that kind of stuff. But it was just the pace. The pace was just absolutely nonsense. So it had run through, I think it was a month-by-month thing.
Yeah.
So you'd go, right, okay, I've got some money. So, the month starts, and he goes, hey, well, you've got, I don't know, 20 grand.
Yeah.
And go, okay, good, 20 grand, nice. I'm gonna upgrade this, that garden thing. I'll upgrade that to make it nicer, to make it more touristy. And he goes, okay. And you could choose these policies as well. So you go, right, I'll add transport, and I'll add free this, and I'll charge people more for, whatever, electric or whatever, that kind of stuff. And then you just sort of sit there. And then you think, okay, well, I want to. I've spent my money now, and I've done my policies. I want to go to the next month.
Yeah, no skip ahead.
And I can't remember the timings. Something in the back of my mind tells me it was about 6 minutes.
Blimey,
there'd be 6 minutes. So you could literally just go away and then come back and go, right, what happened there? Go, okay, this month you made $1.5 grand. Hang on a minute. Well, how much do I need to build a block of flats over there? Oh, that's 12 grand.
Right, so I can't do anything.
Brilliant. It was just all over the place. But the only thing was the kind of principle of it was quite good. It was just it just didn't make any sense. But surely someone played this to think, hang on a minute.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Run out of money really early, and it's really, really slow. But I don't get it. And it just sort of went into early access, and then I don't know if it's still there. I'm going to have a look right now, as is the power of being at a computer.
Exactly.
And I have exist. I've got no. This was terrible. Metropolis.
Well, I had a similar thing with early access. There was a game called Towns, and I was like, well, it looks very promising. I like the look of it. Early access. I was like, well, I support the little developers. Yeah, I'll have a go. And it kind of ticked along, didn't have many updates, but it was good. I enjoyed what was there.
Okay, yeah.
And then the developer kind of gave up on it. I don't know whether it was a young guy and he moved and didn't want to do it, or for whatever reason. It was quite notorious that he sold it on to somebody else, and this person obviously had inherited all these people that were owed a game. And he kind of changed it, so it was like an isometric thing that you scrolled between the floors, the levels, so you could dig underground and you could build up high. And he did away with that and kind of just made it isometric, which meant if you didn't dig in the right way, you couldn't see where you were going. And
that does not help.
And I think he did 3 updates, put the price up to £5 higher than it was, got a few extra money from that, and then did nothing else with it whatsoever for about a year, and then said, I've kind of ran out of funds, did a Kickstarter on it, and because there was a lot of people invested in it, and a lot of people wanted to see it finished, went on and did the Kickstarter again, even though some of them had already paid early access, and he went, yep, cheers, bye.
That's terrible.
I don't know, just moved, took the money and ran. Well, okay.
Oh. But bye now.
By that time, I was kind of pig sick of early access and no, I don't care, I'm not going to do this anymore. I was kind of already a bit jaded with these pre-orders where you pay £60 for a premium game from these big AAA developers, and then you get it, and it's nowhere near as good as you thought it was going to be. And you're oh, well, I bought it 4 months ago, and
yeah, I can't do anything about that now.
Anyway, Metropolis. Did you find out about it?
Yeah, it is still a thing. You can still buy it. It's very expensive for a game. It is £16.
Right.
And there's the reviews are all terrible. But one who, weird enough, is by False Phoenix, who is a fellow YouTuber person, that says Metropolis is a horribly slow, horribly unfinished, and horribly difficult city builder that fails itself in every single category it partakes in. A game with no clear direction or aim equals no fun.
Is that the best review?
So yeah, that sums it up. That's absolutely how it works. Yeah, it was just dreadful. But there you go.
I think for me, if it's £10 or below, it's kind of like, well, I'll take a chance with it. It's kind of worth like giving these little developers that extra chance to try and do something with their game. It might not be brilliant, but they're not asking for much money. But above that,
indeed,
it's kind of like, well, I could buy a big AAA title on the Steam sale for that.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. £16. Yeah, you wait a bit and you could get some higher sort of quality stuff that's obviously got a bigger team. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, it's more sort of a more polished product.
Yeah. And the problem with the sales, I've mentioned this to you before about the Fallout. I played Fallout 3 a lot and absolutely loved it. Yes. New Vegas, loved that as well. So much so that there is actually an English LARPers group called Wasteland UK. And you dress up as your character. So I had a big foam sword stuck in a belt. I had a Nerf gun that had all been wrapped in leather and painted silver. It looked amazing. I didn't make it myself. I bought it from a man.
That's fine.
And everyone was in character. So for 3 days, we went to Birmingham to an airsoft kind of building where people shoot little plastic bullets at each other, which we have also done together as well.
Indeed, we have, yeah.
And we took camp beds and camped in this disused building. Well, it was obviously used by the airsofters, but it looked like a disused building. And they'd made mazes in there and put cobwebs and things. And there was another group of people that were playing the NPCs or monsters, and they'd be away from us.
Very
it was amazing. People really got into it. And, of course, they would all be in character and have makeup. There were ghouls that had, flaky skin and...
Wow.
Yes, yeah. It was...
That'd just be me. That'd be me if I didn't moisturise in the morning. And find me tea.
And when I did it, I was still a smoker. And there was a little tiny...
smoking's bad.
It is, smoking's bad.
Don't do it,
I have
kids.
stopped now. Came to my senses.
Oh, well done. Good job.
And so... There was a little tiny courtyard that was about 4 foot square, and that was the smoking area. And so there was about...
that is minimal
There was
space.
about 80 people there, and I would say about half of them smoked. So we were sitting in this little kind of... Well, standing, we couldn't even sit. About 12 people. It's cold and damp here, isn't it?
Surely only one person needed to smoke.
Exactly.
And else would just breathe
it was
in.
open to the sky as well. It was really odd. We must have been near the roof or something, because it felt like you were... In fact, we did. We went up to another floor, and there was a science lab and hospital beds that were all broken and rusty and stuff. Really, brilliant. I loved it. It was one of those things that if you describe it, you're never going to do it justice. When you're there, you're living the actual game and you're in character, and some things look a bit naff because at the end of the day, you're poking each other with rubber weapons or whatever.
Well, yes, but it's the immersion, isn't it? Rather than
there was a time when we were raided in the night by this thing, and it was a guy dressed up. I didn't see it properly, but it looked like it had multiple arms, and none of us had slept particularly well because somebody snored horribly. And this thing came out of the darkness at us, and I feared for my life. I was like, oh my God!
Change of pants required.
Yes, it was awful, but definitely an experience. But then I've got Fallout 4, which, back from the tangent there, and I've not played it at all. Like, my older son, has really gotten into it, and keeps saying, "Oh, what about this bit, Dad?" And I'm like, I don't know, I only did the start bit with the robot. It's like,
with Codless.
Yes, I like that bit. And then I was like, oh, that's really good. And then just haven't played it again. I'm like, I don't know why. And somebody has asked me to do a first-person shooter game because notoriously, when we played Payday, we all ran about like screaming girls.
We were not the best Payday team.
No.
I don't think we were the most efficient.
And they think it'd be funny if I did a video that's like that. And I don't think Fallout has quite got the urgency that Payday had. Maybe
no. Payday was quite.
Yeah, maybe it'd be nice to go back and do a joint kind of relook at it or something. I don't know.
We could always go back and do a bit of Payday. That'd be fun. Being the useless, bumbling idiots we are.
Yeah, I did really enjoy that. If only I hadn't have got that job and started work at 3 a.m.
Yeah, you're pesky. You get need for. I need money because I need to buy my family and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that was a Sunday night thing, wasn't it?
It was great.
But yeah, Fallout. Fallout 4, Fallout 3 I played a lot of. And you know what's weird? I was talking about this with someone not that long ago at work. I remember getting Fallout 3, and I'd kind of just picked it up I kind of got it with something else. I went to like a second-hand like game shop or something. And so went in and went, right, yeah, I'll have that. And so I went, oh, do you want Fallout 3? It's quite cheap. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'll pick it up. And I played Elder Scrolls. Yeah. So I played like Oblivion and Daggerfall and all that kind of stuff. And so I kind of went, Fallout. So I was by Bethesda. Oh, okay, I might like it. And I'm playing it and thinking, this is just Elder Scrolls, but with guns. I was
blown away.
And then I just sort of played it, and I was a bit, hang on, once we go over to the supermarket, because I think just Moira in Megaton, so into the supermarket.
The Wasteland Guide.
That's it. And you had to go to the nearby supermarket. Collect. Joe, I can't remember what you have to do. But you had to go in and get something from the supermarket.
And you had to look for medical supplies as an optional extra.
Oh, was it? Good.
Do you know, I played a lot of Fallout 3. I think I played it through about 6 or 7 different runs with different characters. I know.
Wow. I did it twice, I think. I've played Fallout 3 through twice.
That's why I can't understand why I haven't played the other one, because I played the 3 so much.
See, 4 is, it's different, but obviously they can't just keep making the same thing, because that would be very, very silly. If they made it again, everyone's going to go, well, this isn't very original. But I liked 4. I did feel a little bit the voiced sort of side of things. I know a lot of people didn't like the voiced protagonist, because they're a bit, because I imagine it to be me in the game or whatever. So, but I kind of, you get used to that.
Yeah.
You get used to it, and it's a big world. It's a big, lovely world. There's loads to explore. It's all very exciting. There's you can wander about and find loads of interesting stuff. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very good. If you were to do it on the channel, I suspect you might need a gimmick with it. I was going to say
I wouldn't have to do the story or anything, because it's been done already, hasn't it?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's been done goodness knows how many times on YouTube. But yeah, if you were to do frying pan in your underpants only challenge, then people might go, hang on a minute.
What's her face? I can't think what.
Who's Fisty?
It was your character, wasn't it?
What?
Oh no, it wasn't. That was the Canadian people. They did.
I'm not a Canadian person.
Yes, they did a full. You did a grenade only, didn't you?
I did, explosives only. So grenades, Molotovs, and mines. Yeah, Betty Boom.
Boom. That's why I'm getting confused, because this other group, they'd done a lady as well, and she was called Kitty McFisty, and she only did melee fist combat. And it was very, very good. They worked out that you could uppercut a death claw, the big scary monsters.
Yeah, the giant. Yeah,
if
you
hit them in the head repeatedly, it stuns them, and they go to the floor, and you punch them to death. I'm like, my God, that's loads easier. Wow.
So yeah, I enjoyed the explosive zoning run. Weird enough, somebody just before we started this in the Discord was entirely unaware of it, and I said something about Fallout 4, and I said, yeah, it'd be tricky to complete it with explosives, though, wouldn't it? Thinking they would have watched it. And they went, oh yeah, you do that run, and I'll watch it. But,
I've done it.
I already
have. There it is.
But that was a lot of fun. But it was very odd because Fallout is VATS. I always use VATS for all my Fallout runs, whereas with grenades and Molotovs and mines, you can't use VATS.
You used to be able to in 3.
You could do in 3, but you cannot in 4.
See.
So yeah, you don't get a VATS thing. So you can't do anything with VATS. So VATS just becomes kind of redundant. There's no call for it. I mean, you can use it to sort of assess where people are and stuff and slow time down to a bit of a think or whatever. But yeah, you can't use it to aim or anything like that. So yeah, that was an important thing. So I like VATS.
Yeah,
I like VATS.
That was a really good system. I kind of like first-person shooters, but I'm just not very good at them.
Oh, I'm too slow. Yeah, I'm a bit like that. I'm not the best at, the aiming thing where you have to point the gun at the thing you want to shoot. It's that bit where I fall down. I'm just a bit rubbish at that bit. So VATS, gives you a bit of an advantage there.
And not that I drink tea, but I describe the games that I love as the cup of tea games, where you've got your mouse in one hand and your cup of tea in the other, and you think, right, what am I going to do now?
Yeah, I say that as well. A cup of tea game, like Civilization is a perfect cup of tea game because you don't have to. It's turn based as well. XCOM, so that is a cup of tea game.
Yeah, I loved all those games like that.
But yeah, Fallout. If you were to do Fallout, you'd need a
gimmick,
twist to it. Yeah, a thing that you're doing that's special.
And plus, because I'm not very good, it's like there's loads of people that have done it lots better, and we'll know all the secrets and say, like, right, we'll go and do this. Whereas I'll be like spending half an hour going, right, how do we open this locked door?
Yeah, quite. All these people gnashing their teeth in the comment section going, it's over there behind the counter. Everyone knows this.
Past it 20 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember getting some of those.
I remember sending you one on WhatsApp where it's like, you're doing this, stop doing it. And you're like, yeah, somebody else pointed that out as well.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Sorry for doing the wrong thing many times.
Well, it's what we tuned in for.
Yes, quite. Sort of bumbling ineptness.
Well,
we're good at that.
Exactly.
We're proficient in it.
Sometimes it's nice. Well, I had a conversation with one of my subbies about optimal routes through games, and they pointed out how long it took choosing the correct skills or cards for the Gloomhaven game, and then as soon as the first turn started, forgot everything that I'd just said and did the opposite. Like, it's really hard to talk and do. My brain turns to jelly, it seems.
Sometimes it is. I always find, well, not always, but sometimes find that if you have, let's say, like a tutorial thing, or I don't know, like Crossroads Inn is a good example. So someone will say to me like, I don't know, this is we need to go speak to Count Bibbly Bobbly Boo because he is very important, and if you ever see him around, he must be given a room or whatever. And then I'll read it out, and I was okay. I'll give him a room. Okay, right. Okay. What's next? And Count Bibbly Bobbly Boo will stroll up, and I'll go, "Hey, who's this guy? Oh, brilliant! Oh, wow, Count Bibbly Bobbly Boo.
What do we have to do with him?
Why is he just standing around? For goodness sake, this is stupid. It must be both.
We'll push him out.
Then I'll do that. People in the comments going, it did say he was supposed to give him a room.
You even read it out.
Yeah, you said it. It must have gone in your brain at some point because you read the words, but then it just sort of just went straight out again.
It looks
into the air.
When I initially said, "Oh, do you need any help like editing on the channel?" and you said, "Do your own. It's really easy to set up." I was a bit like, "Well, I know about editing, but I don't know about the software and things." And actually, from your instructions that you gave me, it was relatively straightforward to do, which I was very surprised about. But you see other YouTubers, and you think, "Yep, talking and doing things." That's easy. Why are they making such a hash of it? And then you do it yourself, and you're like, I see, I see now. Yes.
I get it now.
Walking and talking. Oh.
This'll never catch on.
Yes. Maybe it's a man thing. They say men can't multitask, but I don't know. It's just possibly. You're concentrating on what you're saying and only half concentrating on what you're doing.
Yes, which I think, you see people like if you watch live streams, Many a True Nerd. You know who Many a True Nerd is?
Yes.
It's very, very good.
I don't really watch live streams as such, but I prefer the edited short film of the YouTube videos. But yeah, the live streams are very good. I know lots and lots of people like them.
Yeah, he in his ones he sometimes does that. So he'll just be chatting away. And he'll be going, I'm going to go over here and look at this. And in the comments, you can, in the little sort of chat section, whatever, you can see people obviously going, the thing you want is on the right. The thing you want on the right. You've been told to pick up that box or whatever. And then, but you're sort of looking around, going, I'm going to go over there and look at that, do this. And then you're sort of chatting away. But yes, it is very easy to
be distracted,
to sort of miss very obvious, very obvious things. That's my defense. I do that all the time.
Yeah. So brilliant. I've just noticed that we have been waffling at each other for nearly an hour and a half now. Yes.
We never have.
So
get the heck out of town. Oh yeah.
We're just kind of flown by, really. So maybe we should wrap things up a little bit.
Possibly.
And go and have some sleep. I know you've got work and things.
Yay. Fun.
Just to be the voice of reason, sorry.
That's fine. Well, do you know what? Normally, around this time we can say what time it is, can't we? It's about 5 to midnight. This is sort of about bedtime anyway. Normally,
I'm on various pills for various things, and I can't sleep without taking a pill to help me get to sleep. So normally by 10 o'clock, I'm in a coma. So.
How are you? This is a really late night.
Well, you've obviously kept my brain working, because normally it gets to 10:30 if we're doing something or going somewhere, and my eyes are starting to droop, and I can't talk anymore, and I sound like I've had 20 pints. And it doesn't seem to be affecting me tonight. I can't believe it's 5 to midnight.
I hadn't even noticed.
I know.
Just been sort of sat here looking around the room, babbling away. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
I like going to the shops. If it sells food,
crisps,
tea, get a nice, crisps. Oh, I love crisps.
Mm.
I'm quite happy. Lots of crisps. Now, actually, I've thought that I'm quite hungry.
Me too. Is it time to end this and go and get some crisps then?
Possibly, yeah. I'm trying to think of what crisps we've got.
I don't think we've got any.
Which is fine. Hula hoops are a sufficient crisp. Yeah. They'll be fine. They're quite sort of filling and nice. Yeah, I'll have some hula hoops. There we go.
So
there you go. Like it's painting a picture, you see, like a picture, a hula hoopy picture. In no way will I try and put them under my fingers and then go, ooh. No, I will do that.
Par for the course.
Well, there you go. That was on the shelf.
And thank you everyone for listening. And
yes, thank you very much. If indeed you still are.
We'll try and cut out the nonsense. Maybe it'll be 20 minutes when we're finished.
Just a 3-minute thing.
Hi, welcome to On the Shelf.
Hello.
Goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
How are you? I'm good. How are you? Great. Right. Cheerio.
Awesome.
But yes, let us know what you think, because this could, who knows? It might just be a thing that we just do once or whatever.
Maybe we do it again, but not record it next time if no one likes it.
Yes, possibly. Yeah, but yeah, let us know if you think it was a fun thing. If you thought it was daft or too long or too short or whatever, then yes, let us know and we can go off that. So yeah, comments. And I feel like I'm obliged to do this the commenting and liking thing because
everyone tells me to do
comment and like and subscribe.
I find it so hard to sell myself, but yeah. Come and watch me at Bristly Stranger and all of that, please. Thank you. Like, subscribe. Yes. We love you.
There'll be links. We'll put links to the channels in the video description, so you can find links to things. Yes, but there, go and do subscribing.
Yes.
And likings
and watchings
and all that other stuff as well. All the YouTube, you know what you're doing. You're on YouTube. Yeah. You know how it all works. It's fine. That stuff. But now we must away.
Crisps.
So yeah, to eat crisps. So yeah, so cheerio from me here in the Geek Cupboard.
And hopefully we'll see you next time on the Bristly Stranger.
And cheerio for now.
Bye.
Bye.